She likes birds.
So really, I mean,
Come on.
into the calf shelter overnight, you might wait in to do it. Okay. Well, we'll hear back from them, and they'll say, yeah, it's no problem. You could go tonight if you want to, both of you. Although, yeah, the pet may be an issue. We'll have to ask them about that. But see, she was at Vinny's before. I know. Yeah. So, but really, it's in her best interest to get back in there long term. So sign up at Neil Good. Say, I want to get back on the list to get in. They'll give you a list of appointments.
And you don't want to go indoors?
I do want to. Yeah, I do. I just don't know what to do with my things. I have so much.
Well, let me resend them. You want to go to Pat too?
Yes.
Okay, let me send him a text on that too. Give me a minute then.
All right.
And you don't want St. Vincent's?
No, because where am I going to put my things? I don't know.
But if I had a bed for you at St. Vincent's, would you go?
Are you going to go there?
We want to go together.
I mean, as right now, I'll probably get probably you at Pat and you at St. Vinny's. Would you guys separate? Would you not?
We don't really have much of a choice, really. We have to do something because we can't do this anymore, so it's not really what we want. We got to do something.
And here's the thing: it's gonna get cold. It's gonna start raining.
Yeah, I don't like it out here. It's a really comes down to this. We need to get rid of this stuff.
And it's illegal to be homeless. But it's gonna be an all-day affair.
Yeah, it is. Feel like the hillbillies. Oh, sorry. Can't block the sidewalk.
So what's happened since Wednesday?
Wednesday? Okay. Oh, well, we told the Officer Sanchez we were going to move our stuff. So we did. We moved it all away from that. But we also told them we were going to take it to storage, and we did. We went to storage to get this space, but they need ID. And we brought our ID from St. Vincent de Paul. That doesn't count. We brought a copy of our actual California ID. That didn't count either. You need the actual ID. So then we had to go all the way to DMV. So we walked our bikes all the way to Old Town, all the way up the hill of Washington, all the way to DMV, and then all the way back down here. It was a long, long day. But we go to the DMV. I got my license coming in, my ID coming in the mail. So we'll just have to wait 7 more days out here with our stuff, and hopefully Sanchez won't find us. Because if he does, then that means jail, and that means we will lose all of our things.
So what's the update since last time we spoke?
We just moving our things around. We have no. Here comes another friend. Anyways, just always the cat and mouse with the police. It's just, we know the rules, and they know that we know the rules, and they're just trying to catch us messing up every now and then. Oh, here comes 2 in a row. That's not good. If we were over at our stuff, cleaning it up and covering it, we would go to jail, or at the least have to move all that stuff today, and both our carts are broken.
There's lots of stuff I want to get in this
Yeah.
video.
Okay.
And I know you guys are having to deal with that, and it's a real pain in the butt for you.
We just have to cover it.
What I'd like to do is rent you guys a storage for 6 months, the closest one, that one that's really close.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because if we don't do that, I'm never gonna get this video done.
Wow, how can you say no to that? The carts we have to move it, I have to fix.
Okay.
And it's gonna be
It'll take a couple.
hours.
To move it?
You know,
Yeah.
I could always call, try to get a hold of my son and say, look, I've got a storage.
We got
Please.
too much stuff. I mean, take a look at what we
Yeah,
got
but
here.
he could take several trips. It's just between here and ballpark storage. He's got a little car.
Okay.
Well, if that's what you want to do, but I mean, I got a feeling you set yourself up for another
Your
no.
mom, then?
Another no from him. My mom
Well,
won't
you
do it.
never know. I mean,
My mom has a bug issue. She won't do it.
okay.
If you want to do that, you can try that. In the meantime, I'm going to fix the carts because I don't want to depend on somebody else. If this is left on the street uncovered like this, people think that the guy or the girl, whoever owns it, went to jail and he just left their stuff. So they take it. All right, we'll just leave it like that. My kickstand is totally broken.
That's my bike. I call the police.
That's not your bike. That's not your bike. That ain't your bike.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
It's not your bike. This came from her brother. That ain't your bike, man. Move along.
I ain't gonna tell you. No, I don't think so. I apologize. You hear me?
That's cool.
I apologize. Sorry.
How many times does that happen? Right here. A lot. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh because it's ridiculous. You get this every day. Every day. Every day somebody coming up saying it's their bike. We don't even know what size storage we want. I'm kind of apprehensive. I'm not sure what to do. We have about 2 pallets this high about.
So do you get a lot of homeless folks who rent units here, or? We get some. You do have to be strict with rules. Not bringing any food in. No sleeping in the units. 8 to 6 Monday through Friday, and 9 to 5 on the weekends.
Do you have a time limit on the time you can spend in the storage? Because like our things, we need to thoroughly go through all of it. Oh boy, all that stuff up here. That's gonna take forever.
Hey, how's it going?
Very big day.
This is a big one?
Yeah, and this one has 2 doors.
You think it's gonna work that size?
Mm-hmm.
For all your stuff?
Did you guys check out any of the other facilities?
Yeah, the one over on 16th, but they have problems over there. Yeah.
Comes out to $865.50, and that pays you through the next 6 months.
Oh boy, what a disaster. Well, once I get this stuff off of this cart, then we'll fill it up with stuff that we're gonna keep here. Just the night stuff. Do you think we should leave this behind? Yeah. Okay. It's just the whole thing just goes around and around. After a certain amount of miles, I have to replace the broomstick, but the tires are holding up. This is really disheartening. She ate just the face out of the toy. I don't know why. It's a lot of stress, I know. We'll be all right, Jen. We just got to do it. As what is disheartening about is the human race is, come on, stealing your last little bit of everything. I'm looking for something I was going to give you. We were dumpster diving and we found a camera, a very, very old, the kind that uses bulbs and comes out like this. And you being a video photographer, thought you might be interested in it. And I was going to just give it to you. And they stole it. They stole it from me. Okay. I don't remember coming this way. Oh yeah, it is this one. Full of things to fix things with. Screws I found to fix my cards. And oh, there we go. Okay.
Don't worry, I'll move.
I guarantee you if a cop said, stand up and put the cuffs on you, you're going to do it because you know you have to, no matter how sick you are. This is one of those things we have to do. We have to do this. Some people have their storages and they actually come in here and shower. They do a little bird bath, kind of bring a bottle and a little bowl and do a bird shower in their storage, clean change of clothes, and they're ready to go for whatever they got to go do for the day. You can take a breath here. Go through your things. Nobody's gonna tell you, hey, you got to move along. You can't stay here. Yeah, and it's the last spot on the floor too to put the last item in. All right. There we go, yay. It's a lot, it's more than most homeless people have. Really good too because I didn't tell you that I need a hernia operation. And I was wondering, what am I gonna do with my things? So now that it's in storage, I can go ahead and get that taken care of and not worry about my things. So that's a big relief off my mind. That's it.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I got sick. I ate a thing of yogurt this big, and I think that made me sick. So I was sick for 2 days. I don't know if it was the yogurt or something else, but anyways, but it was all right. We got lots of food. People dropped off a lot of things.
They just come up to you on the street and give you food?
Yeah, and they say, "You hungry?" "Yeah, okay, here." And toiletries and soap and a lot of other things too. And that was on where we were, up on 16th. Not many homeless are up there. If you were down here, you got 2 or 3 times as many people. The holidays, they really like flood the homeless down here with things. When I was first homeless, and then I finally realized how to work everything, get my storage together, my tent, where to stay, I kind of got into the mode of doing that. Not that I was happy about it, but I didn't do anything to get out of it because that was my life. But that got old. That got old fast.
This is Alpha Square. It's a permanent supportive housing project, 201 units for low-income, highest acuity individuals coming off the streets, straight off the streets. Basically what we have here is we have on-site services. So we've got our staff here. Then we have the county comes in. We have legal aid on site. We have family health centers on site. We have a pet therapy type thing. We have a veterinarian that comes to take care of the pets that are in the building. So we have a full-service commercial kitchen in the back. Dining facility over here. Of course, our conference room, our offices, a computer lab back here.
Is that all extra, or is that included with your rent? All that?
It's all included.
Oh wow!
The rent here is $400 a month.
Wow.
This project is really the housing first model. Very low barrier, and we engage with people. So nothing's mandatory here. This is like literally living on your own, and then we engage to provide the services for the people that need it. But you don't have to take advantage of the services, but we're very well trained in terms of engagement and getting people and building relationships so that you do access the services that you need or that you want, to be honest with you. It's just like living in your own apartment, but engaging with us to see if we can help.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. So you got a full-size fridge in here, all your amenities.
I was thinking of some of the hotels downtown, Peachtree and Trolley Court. They're small, but this is really nice. This is nothing like that. Yeah, it's incredible. Make myself right at home here. Yeah, very nice.
So you know how the movie's going to have to end? You're going to have to move into a place.
Yeah, I know. That's the scary part. He puts a fire under me to make me do things. A woman one time came up to me and opened her purse and just said, "Take what you need, and what can I do to help?" And I didn't really know. I realized that people care, and I'm not sure what to tell her what to do. This is one thing you can do. You can support buildings like this. The kind of people that would oppose a project like this are people that live in the neighborhood that don't want crime and poverty in their neighborhood, and that's understandable. But this isn't just a place for homeless people to live. It's thought out. It's well thought out. I had experience with my ex-girlfriend in a place like this through an organization called Impact, and they find various apartment buildings in the neighborhood and move a few people in and help them along. And she was helped dramatically with that. We learned about advocacy and how it's important to talk to our city officials. Right now we're outside City Hall. I'm looking forward to talking to Chris Ward, our newly elected representative. His office is right up here. I want to show him a clip from HBO series Show Me a Hero and see what he thinks.
Hey Tony, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Well, don't tell anybody, but I always wanted to be the man.
The city intentionally segregated its housing for 40 years.
This judge wants to take low-income housing and put it here in East Yonkers.
The trash, the drugs. We will die from what the city is trying to shove down our throat.
I live here, and I am nothing like what they describe.
What's the matter with these people?
You wanted to live somewhere better, but everything has a cost.
It's time you recognize your failure as a leader.
You want to live where people were angry at you?
You know, it's all property values and life and liberty. Underneath it all, it's fear. I put into that fear too.
Powerful. The more groundwork that we can lay is going to help us be successful ultimately in the long run.
You know, if I told them something, would it change their minds about things? I don't know. I hope so. Going to the swearing in of the council, no, as county representative.
Oh, fantastic. So they love it.
Homeless individuals with serious mental health issues are the least likely people among us to be able to secure and maintain housing without intensive assistance.
I, Kristin Gaspar.
I, Kristin Gaspar.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear. Now you may be wondering what my number one goal is over my first term in office, and I can share with you that my top priority is to create accountable plans, to clearly define a goal, and to produce results in the challenging area of homelessness and regional public safety.
There we go.
Two in the plaque.
We're doing a video on homelessness and a little bit about what it's like to be homeless, and then some of the pitfalls the services offered. And I shook her hand and she turned her body toward me and looked right in my eyes, and she was so beautiful. And that stare was just memorized me. I couldn't talk.
I'm really going to be working hard on this issue, and I can use people like you to partner with and to better understand where we have gaps in the system and can make a difference. So I look forward to it.
Say hello to you, my friend.
Yes,
and God bless you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
God bless you. I got it.
We got a 10-15 back.
Okay. But I look forward to being able to come to the address next week.
Yes, me too. Thank you, Mayor. It was like a David meeting Goliath. He's a gigantic man. While having coffee, we met this woman who is a lobbyist, and she explained to us the best ways to get the attention of people who make the decisions, councilmen and representatives, supervisors. And she says, get a couple people who are well-spoken to present those ideas, send an email to the office, and of the person you want to talk to, and a few people to back them up, and that's the way to do it. And then as she was speaking, I was thinking about people I know who are well-spoken, and I know a few, but as I explained to them what I'm doing and what I'm learning, more than that, what I'm doing, more than what I'm learning, their attention wanes, and I realized, oh yeah, that's the thought of homeless people. It's a daily struggle. It's not about tomorrow, it's about right now. It's raining today. They're not going to think about how to solve homelessness and all the things that we're learning. They want to know, where can I get a tent today? Where am I going to get food today? Where's my stuff right now? It's a more immediate. Oh, I used to work on that block on the other side at an Italian restaurant named Itri. Luigi Pelliccia was the guy who owned it. He was a nice guy. And I guess Pelliccia in Italian means hairy, and he had hair all over the back of his back, his shoulders, and that was his family name. Good to see you too.
Good to
all
see
right.
you.
Okay. This must be the line. I'm going in to see the mayor's State of the City address.
The title for this. How's Ginger?
Good. She's mad that she couldn't come, but she's good. She's all right.
Somebody's got to watch your dog, right?
Please welcome your mayor, Kevin L. Faulkner.
We must make reducing homelessness our region's #1 social service priority. My plan will start restoring the homeless funding we've lost and put more revenue behind efforts to house San Diego's homeless.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Michael. He mentioned that this tax on the hotel, it was a hotel and visitors, were going to go on these three things: the streets, the convention center, and the homeless. I think that homeless was just thrown in there to appease, to say he's doing something. But I bet the percentages he didn't mention. The other two are going to get most of that money. Wow. Good. How are you? Yeah, good to see you too. Pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
You should be pretty happy that the mayor has made the issue a central focus, or how are you feeling?
Kind of. He talked about homeless people being treated humanely, but still citing and arresting them. Like my things were just taken last night before the big rain, and I slept. I had nothing. A cardboard house. They took all my belongings again. You can just walk in here, general public.
Hey guys, I remember you from
Congratulations.
Good to see you.
Excellent speech. I'm glad. It looks like you
It's nice to be the same.
done a lot of work on it.
We do have a lot of work, but the whole focus was how do we get the city, the county, everybody else working together and providing the help and the support.
Yeah.
We can cut through a lot of the bureaucracy, and my job is to help actually with results and some of the help in the services. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It's nice to be the same.
Okay.
God bless.
Okay. Same to you.
God bless. Thank you.
Yeah, I just met the mayor, and he seems a little relaxed. It's all over with now. I would like to ask him some questions, but for now, he did a good job. He studied. He obviously knows the facts that we've come to know, and about homelessness, and he seems willing to address it. It's just a hassle.
So we're the only two on the street that got tickets.
Our tent was down. We were folding up all of our things, and they swooped on us. Boom, boom, a cop there, a cop here, and over there. And they gave us tickets. Nobody else got tickets but us. It's another thing we have to deal with. We have to go to court now, get the money to get the bus fare to go up to court to see the judge. And usually what the judge does is he's pretty sympathetic. He'll probably drop it, but it's just a hassle. Another thing we have to do, kind of a needless thing. But I don't understand why these guys didn't get tickets, because their tents were still up. Ours was down. I don't know. They mess with us. Well, I went to the wrong place. I went to the Living Water Church to meet you, and you weren't there, so I waited a little bit. Then I thought I saw you. So we're going to East Village Church, but I don't know where that is.
And what are we going for?
It's a meeting of the neighborhood groups downtown, and I don't really know what they're going to talk about, but...
Will you sign your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Each time here?
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
We are looking at 1,000 plus people that my grandkids and I step over on the sidewalk. And frankly, it's not right, and it's very unfair to our police officers.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do about the increasing aggressive and inappropriate behavior on the streets?
Understand that it takes a lot of time for an officer to make one encroachment arrest, and under some of these settlements that the city's engaged in, Spencer and Isaiah, we take a progressive enforcement approach. So it starts off with a warning, and then a ticket, and then another ticket, and then maybe an arrest. And if we arrest somebody, we have to take all their personal property and impound it. And for some of these folks, they have two pickup trucks, literally two pickup trucks worth of things that the officer has to inventory and impound. So it's very time consuming. So we really have to be selective in who we choose to engage and what their record is, and if they've been warned, if they've been offered services and things along those lines.
Okay.
Tony,
Yes.
what do you think of the meeting?
Very interesting. Very interesting. I didn't know that meetings like this go on, and the information. It's nice to interface with the police, with people in the regional task force head, and also with angry residents. The police, they basically are the way they are with us. They don't really want to have to make us move. They don't, but they do, because that's their job, and they have to do it. Most of them are very professional. There's only a few, actually only two, that aren't. But I don't feel good about being on the street. I don't feel good about it at all.
Good morning.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
She stayed up. We didn't go to sleep. We just stayed up.
So what are we doing this morning?
We're going to, I'm excited, we're going to do the count of homeless people. 328. That's me, right there.
You'll be the guy.
Actually, you're going to go right by where my tent is, where my girlfriend is sleeping still. I know Tom and Jane over here. The first tent is Eric, a good, nice friend of mine.
For structure. Very good.
Yeah, that's my tent. I'm gonna check on my girlfriend. Ginger? Ginger? Ginger, you okay? How come you don't answer? Hey, would some guy come by here? On a bike? Yeah, they did. Dennis told me. Probably looking to rip stuff out. I gotta go, but listen, I'm going now to pick my bike up. I'll be back. I'll tell you when I come back. I won't just open it, okay? Okay, lock it up. Go back to sleeping now. Where'd they go? So what do we do next?
This is real. We're just tallying everything.
Yeah. Okay, 41 people, 61 structure. That's a lot. I think when they come out with the final count, it's probably going to be pretty precise. It was cold. So we went to the point in time count today, and it's really important to do that because that's how the federal government verifies that we need the money they give us to help our homeless. We're at Fault Line Park at the Pinnacle Tower, and we're going to go up and see the view up there. I didn't look to see what floor it was. Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, Tony. Tony.
Come on in.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Glad it's an opportunity to get to meet you because I can tell you from the residents that live here in the building, we recognize the folks like yourself who are out on the street as not being an issue of trying to get rid of folks, but really trying to help them. And you know, we're interested as much as I think you guys are in getting resources to make that happen.
Don't go backwards over the thing, Dennis.
But we can actually see all the way out to the ocean and out to the Coronado Islands.
Yeah, they're clear.
The bridge there, and then the hillside down there is actually Tijuana.
Oh, brother. We're looking at the Living Waters Church, where Steph Johnson practices with her choir, the Voices of the City. There's a homeless encampment, and that spreads all the way down the street on both sides. That's VOA is Volunteers of America. They treat addiction. There's Fault Line Park. A lot of homeless hang out there. Today they're not. They must have just got ran out, but they're usually there. And I live over there on the right side.
You know, for work, I'm a real estate broker, and I travel all up and down throughout the county, and there are homeless people everywhere.
Yeah, it's more and more.
Encinitas, Carlsbad. You're right. There are going to be people that, you know, maybe live on estates and live behind gates and don't have the impact that others do, but you know, this is everyone's problem. It's about humanity.
I don't know what she looks like. Hi, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I actually met you briefly
at the
in-person meeting. I am the CEO and principal of Focus Strategies, which is a consulting firm based in Sacramento, and this is all that we do. So I've spent my whole career working on homelessness. We put a bid in to do this community plan, and we were awarded the contract, which hopefully means that they believe we have the skills and the expertise to really help San Diego turn the curve.
So we hired Focus Strategies. Focus Strategies worked with us for about a year, actually. We released that report in last fall in 2016.
I see. Did it change any of your perception of the original plan when you got information from them?
Yeah, it did. I mean, I think what it changed was that they gave us a lot of hope that with the resources that we have, existing resources that we have, that we can house a lot more people. Basically, the performance of a lot of our programs in our community were not at sort of national standards as far as, you know, moving to permanent housing out of shelter or those kinds of things. They also said, hey, you guys got to get out of your own way. The city, the county, All Home, United Way, the Gates Foundation, you all got these different ideas about how to do this. You got to get more aligned. And that, you know, I think for the providers who heard that their performance wasn't as good, and the funders, the local government who heard that they maybe weren't as connected as they should be. Somewhat kind of hard to hear, the recommendations, but that's why we wanted this third party to look at it and say, hey, you know, our view from working in these other communities and in looking at your data tells us that there's some things you could be doing differently.
So here we are at Francis Parker, and we're going to show parts of our documentary and get the feedback. I'm going to be talking to 100 high school students. I don't know where they want us to sit, though. Next. Okay. I'm always amazed when I see that. I feel sorry for that guy, and I realize, oh, wait a minute, that's me. It doesn't. And the first night, you're going to lose your cell phone and your wallet. And then the next night, you know, these things are going to happen that happen to everybody that's homeless. The more people that stand behind him for homelessness issues, the more power he has to make a decision, because they're in that seat of decision making. Thank you so much. It was pretty good. It was, you know, for a high school event, it's pretty good. I mean, she asked me, what would you do if you had $1,000 right now? And it threw me, because I'm, you know, like, wow, what would I do? What do I do with my money? I don't want to sound selfish and say, oh, I want to fix my teeth, but that's what I probably would do. I have a friend who has a Section 8 voucher and can't find an apartment, can't find a landlord who will accept a voucher. My navigator's having trouble herself finding me a place. So we've heard about this organization in Atlanta that is helping to unite the two, to helping people find apartments and houses. So we're going to go there and we're going to find out exactly what they do, and we're going to bring that information back to San Diego.
I reached out to other friends of mine in my business, which is commercial real estate, and where we ended up was a program called Open Doors, where we connected to the best-in-class nonprofits who serve homeless consumers and connect them to the affordable housing landlords and management companies that should be focused on meeting the needs of the most vulnerable people in our neighborhoods.
What would you say we would need to do first in San Diego to get something like this going?
So first of all, you gotta find a pool of willing landlords and a couple of champions. Those people support the food banks. They support all sorts of charities that assist people who are in need. But these are the people who know most about housing and actually have something to give besides just writing a check. If you've got an area in the city, as we do on the west side of downtown Atlanta, that is encumbered by street homelessness, you know, you've got situations where investors won't come and invest in those areas. So if you help these people lift their lives up, all of a sudden huge areas of town that were previously redlined to new investment, all of a sudden those become the new artists and, you know, the new fun restaurants areas. It's such a win for everybody. So I don't think finding people who are interested in that kind of philanthropic enterprise and having the time to devote, because everybody likes a winner. And you don't make your city win until you solve homelessness.
Yeah, my grandmother used to work at a bowling alley, and she when she raised us, my sister and I, and it was at night, late at night, in the Naval Bowling Alley, all kinds of crazy people. And we would get to stay up and have hot dogs and soda, and then she'd say, okay, time to go to sleep, and we have to go sleep in the car until she was done. But here goes, I'm give it a try. Oh. Yes, what can I say? Comes naturally. Oh, it was an excellent trip. I didn't know like what we would really get from it, but we got a lot from it. Making progress.
See you at 3 p.m. tomorrow in storage.
Maybe she went to jail. I don't know.
Good morning. What time is it?
I don't know. I just got up.
Go ahead.
It's early. It's 5 in the morning. We're at the airport. We're going to Sacramento to visit John Foley, who runs self-help housing. One of our biggest problems is housing down here. We made it. We made it. Sacramento. There's a Capitol building. Hi, I'm Tony.
Hi, Tony. I'm John. Pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure.
If it's not a house that we own,
I lease the house from the person who owns it, and I become the master tenant, and then I sublease to the folks who move into the house. Because right now housing is so challenging to provide, and this is certainly a less expensive way per person to provide housing with, I think, the socialization benefits of the community that forms there.
Some people don't like shared housing for whatever reason. What are some of the myths?
Oh, not myths, it's realities. You know, there are folks who run homes where they pack people in. Because of that, I mean, there is this feeling out on the streets that, you know, you get into this kind of situation, you're just going to be, you know, a victim. And so we always tell people, come and see what it is. We believe a well-run shared housing program, a well-run rooming house is a very nice place to live. And if you come and see, you'll say, oh, it is a very nice place to live.
We typically house individuals in your regular middle-class neighborhoods. We try and find rentals that are close to transportation and shopping, medical services. Come on in and let's take a tour of the house. Hi.
Hi.
One of our typical houses.
Several of us that have been with each other now for, 4 or 5 years. And so we've built, you know, a friendship over time. I'm just thankful that I do have a roof over my head and that I'm not out on the street because I know what that's like.
This house is a 6-bedroom home with
my God,
2 bathrooms.
They all get along really well. I thought you might have somebody that might be a little outspoken and the other ones, you know, but no, they're pretty much all same equal temperament. If you had millions of dollars thrown at your program, could you expand your program here?
Oh, absolutely. We actually work with a number of real estate investors that purchase houses, and if we had the money to back us up to actually be able to find houses to purchase and rent, we would be able to expand in no time. We already have the infrastructure in place, and we already have the model to do it.
All right, thank you, sir. For this morning, we got up and been going all day in Sacramento. It's about 10 now. I remembered that I had stayed in group housing in San Diego, and it's a very good thing. It's nice. It helps you to come back out of your shell hole that you live in when you're a homeless person. You tend to isolate, and those homes bring you out of that and start to get back into society and dealing with other people. And it was a good thing when I did it, and I think it would be a good thing to do here again. All right, thanks. Good night. Hey, Ginger.
How was it?
Good. Here we go. Thomas. I'm Tony Rodriguez.
Hey, Tony Rodriguez. And I'm Mark Ridley Thomas.
Nice to meet you.
So while it became increasingly massive, it became profoundly real and urgently human for us to intervene in some way as a statement about who we are as a people in this region.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
The board said this is it, we get it, and we need to act. It led to the Board of Supervisors here in LA County allocating $100 million to begin the implementation process for those 47 initiatives. I should say at the same time, the city of Los Angeles adopted its plan the same day, and so we were designed to work in tandem. It's not as if there hadn't been a lot of work over the last several decades, but the problem kept expanding. It kept manifesting itself in ways that would not retreat. And to the extent that that was the case, we knew that we had to do more. In other words, we had to go big or stay at home.